We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Joy in my house, joy, I got joy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Joy in My House, inspirational reality radio show with a touch of recovery. A reality radio show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who shares.
And I'm joined here by author of Shaped by the Master's Hand, Lolita Robinson. Welcome.
How are you
to another
doing? Very good to see you.
I can't complain.
Well,
God's
I hear your daughter's back in town.
My daughter Zaylee, my 10-year-old, just got back from Miami.
Is she 10 already?
She's 10.
Jeez.
I was nervous because she was gone for a month.
Yeah.
I was thinking, am I going to recognize her?
Boy, I bet she was really happy to see you too, huh?
Yeah, it was.
You guys have a lot. You know what? If I had a daughter, I don't know if I could let her go that long.
It's difficult.
I'm still worried about my sons, and they're grown.
Well, my girlfriend's daughter is gone for 2 months.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I don't know how a month was excruciating.
Yeah.
But now with technology, FaceTime, my daughter was like, well, I felt like I wasn't too far from you because we would FaceTime every other night.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Technology always kind of at least links you to a certain degree.
I'm glad.
But it was nothing like seeing her coming from that airport.
That's right. So what challenges have you been facing this week?
God's good. I think it's more submission.
Okay.
Right now, my girlfriend is a strong prayer warrior, so she's constantly challenging me.
Right.
To really submit everything, because I want to be in control. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yep.
And it's in God's time, not in my time.
That's right.
And we know they teach us that in program.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So I'm learning the same thing. I'm learning how to trust Him more and to just realize that nothing apart from Him. There's nothing out there apart from Him. He gives us things to bless us.
Right.
He gives us our music and gives us our friends and fellowship and stuff, but nothing and no one is more important than Him.
That's right.
So,
and having had, being in church today and having had Pastor give the sermon about,
the light.
God's in order.
Right.
Everything in order in His time.
Yes, it is.
It's so important for me to realize that it has to be in order.
Yes.
And it has to be done right if I want the outcome to be right.
That's right. And the fellowship and the challenges of Him being the light of the world, and how people, when we share about the light to people, sometimes it's very offensive. Jesus is very offensive to people because it shines the light on maybe some things that are going on in their lives
That's right.
that they're uncomfortable with. But we're here to shine the light, and don't be uncomfortable. We love you.
I want to thank you out there who are listening and viewing, being a part of the joy that we have in our house. Know that you can follow us on Facebook /Joy in My House. You can also tweet us directly with any questions or comments for ourselves or our guest on Twitter.com /Joy in My House. You can also follow us on Instagram on Instagram.com /Joy in My House. We had a great, powerful show last week.
Oh, I had
Last week we had
time.
Dr. Bill Henderson from the original Power Team, now known as the Sons of Thunder, and author of God's Radical Remandment.
I tell you what, a guest like him, all of our guests are amazing. I have a good time, but him and also Brett. Remember when Brett was on?
Yes, I remember Brett. KFWB, yes.
Oh my goodness, you just sit back and have popcorn and watch them go. It was exciting to see.
He was so passionate.
Oh yeah,
so
his
powerful,
energy.
And he was not only well spoken, well read.
Oh, he knows his Bible.
In languages. Oh yes,
he knows his Bible. But the thing that's beautiful about it, God doesn't take our sense of humor. I think people think when you serve God, you've got to be serious. You can't be talented. You can't be beautiful like our next guest coming on. He uses all of the attributes that He's given us, and He has not taken His personality and changed it. Even He used the aggression, because He said He used to get in people's faces.
Right.
But now He gets in people's faces for the gospel.
Amen.
So I had a blast last week.
It was an amazing show to have somebody so energetic and profound at the same time.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that you can stream us live on any mobile device. Just go to www.latalklive.com and you can watch the audio as the video as well. You can also find us on iTunes genre R&B. When we come back, we have our in-studio guest by the name of Jazz. She is a recording artist, an R&B singer. You're not going to want to miss. This is Joy in My House, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to stay tuned. We're going to come right back.
Yay.
This is the Van Eric Rock Show, coming daily Monday through Friday, bringing you the best in rock and roll from Aerosmith to Zappa. Only on LA Talk Live, we're more than just talk.
Hey, shout us out. What's the count? I'm your host. I am WDC. Tune in to WDC Radio on LA Talk Live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for sickle cell trait awareness, lupus, bullying, mental health, and all different aspects of life. So tune in to WDC Radio right here on LA Talk Live. Also, you can listen to us on iTunes, Live 365, YouTube, and Ustream. And don't forget Apple TV and Roku right here on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. Shout us out. What's the count?
Hi, this is TJ, inviting you to join us every Sunday at 2 p.m. for Veterans Day Live. Join us as we provide info that would help all military personnel. So don't forget to tune in to Veterans Day Live every Sunday at 2 p.m. That's every Sunday at 2 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio, or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is John McClure Jr., a.k.a. Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on gospelrhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, gospelrhythms.com, Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to gospelrhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heaven's party here on earth. So live life. Love God.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Joy in My House, inspirational reality show. I'm joined here by recording artist Lolita Robinson.
I'm glad to be here, and I can't wait to get started today. And I wanted to say hi to Van. Good morning, Van. Good to see you, Peter.
Our producer, Van Eric, and our intern, Peter.
That's right.
And our in-studio guest, Jazz. Welcome to today's show.
Yeah, isn't she beautiful?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you have a lot going on to come on the show and share your story with everybody out there who's listening and viewing. We always like to let our audience and viewers know how we met. We met through Chris LeVar, who is a gentleman who contracted me to do his celebrity red carpet event at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, and you were one of the attendees and performers there.
Wow. Yes, that was an amazing event. That was my first time ever at the Children's Hospital LA. So when I found out I was doing that event, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be an amazing event. And it was, just to see the smile on the children's faces. But I met Chris and his team at a prior event at a fashion show with Pretty Girl Retreats, which is a organization I have partnered with. And I met him there, and from there we clicked, our team, our management connected, and from there I was at the event, I performed, I had a great time, and it was just overall a really, really amazing event.
Well, what's Pretty Girls Retreat, real quick?
Now, Pretty Girl Retreat is an organization that's all about empowering young women. So they do makeup and fashion shows and everything like that. And where I am in this organization is I'm a model for the organization. So we do fashion shows for the girls and everything. But overall, we're not trying to say you have to be this perfect model with perfect hair and perfect everything. We're just saying be you, be how God made you, and be strong in who you are. So I love that organization.
Well, that's important. Okay. Well, we'll ask you more, because I'm sure
having had
questions.
the opportunity to interview you on the red carpet, you had some profound things to say about giving back. And we're going to go through that in your testimony, but you have a big heart to give back.
Yes, I do.
You have a passion for it, and God gave you that calling. But let's start where you grew up. Where were you born?
I was born in Seattle, Washington, home of the Seahawks. So we almost had the second Super Bowl, but it's okay. It's another story.
That's all right.
But I'm from Seattle, Washington. I've lived out. I go back time to time to visit family and friends for like the holidays. So from Seattle. I moved out to California, and I think it was 2009.
Oh, so you're recent down here then.
Yeah, it's been like 6 years, something like that. So,
all right. And what brought you down here? Your mother's job, or just a change of?
My brother was going off to college, and my mom came with him.
And where's he going?
He went to AMDA, and that's a musical theater school in Hollywood, in the heart of Hollywood. So my whole family's musical, FYI. But they came out here, and I was like, well, I don't want to leave my mom, but they do say California is the entertainment capital, and I was like, I really love to sing, I love to perform, I love to entertain, so therefore this might be a good decision to come to California.
All right, good.
Well, let's talk about that, because you brothers or sisters? Just one brother?
I just have one brother. His name's Jeremy. He's 25.
And what is he? A musician, singer, dancer?
He is a singer. He actually started singing before I did. So I kind of watched him in a cappella choir at high school and in the musical theater, and so he really has an influence on my music. He's kind of the one that I was like, oh, my brother can do it, so I can do it too. So he kind of pushed me there.
Led the way.
Yeah.
Now, growing up in Seattle, were you a church-going family? Did you guys?
Yes. We went to a church called New Covenant, and we always went, my mom, my brother, and I, every Sunday. Ever since I was little, I remember I was so nervous to go to the you know how when the younger kids, they have like the youth area. I was so nervous. I was so scared, and I never wanted to leave my mom and brother. So I would sit in the actual service and listen and eat some popcorn and listen and draw a little bit and everything. But we were always in church. My mom kept us in church. We sang in the choir. We did praise dance, all of that. So shout out to my mom for that.
Take it without getting into your mother's story, which she's a beautiful lady.
Thank you.
Single mother, obviously.
Yes, she is.
Guys, okay.
Yeah, she is. She is.
This takes a lot to do.
Yeah, she's one of the most. She's literally my super woman. Like she needs a big S on her chest because she's a single mother. She's raising a entertainer, which can be financially, mentally, everything. It can be a lot. So she does a lot. She cares for people. She truly, genuinely cares that people are doing well. So she's someone that I look up to, not just as my mom, she's my mom, but if she was like some person I just randomly met, I was like, this woman is amazing.
But she gave you the most important foundation, which was the Lord.
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
she did.
So that's probably what gives her a heart and peace to know that if you have that foundation, that you know, I'll be keep you kind of grounded in this business.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Well, I was going to talk about that because you did face some struggles in Seattle. Your parents separated, which began a long custody battle that lasted till you were 12.
Yeah. So my parents separated when I was around 2 years old. I obviously don't remember that because I was 2, but I do remember it was 50-50. So half the time I would spend with my mom and half the time I would spend with my dad. And I just remember there was one point where I was always like, Mom, why don't you get back with Dad? Like, why can't you guys just be together? Why can't we be like the normal quote unquote family where Mom and Dad are in the same household? So I mean, that was a tough time for me. It took me a long time to realize that this is just how it is, and I'm great. I have 2 amazing parents. I wouldn't trade them for the world. They're a little crazy sometimes, but a little crazy. But I would not trade them for anything. But it took me a while to realize that this is just how it is. God gave me these parents. He gave me the situation, and He wouldn't give me anything that I can't handle. So I accepted. Now I love both my parents. I see my dad.
Is he musical too? Because I asked your mom, did she sing, and she looked at me like, nah, I just bless him.
I don't know where. I honestly don't know where I got this talent. Well, my dad is a jazz fanatic, hence the name Jazmine. So when I grew up, every weekend he would blast his jazz music. And
so
Miles Davis.
Actually named you Jazz.
Well, my name is Jazmine,
but that's it, right?
That's where it came from. So Miles Davis, and he likes to think he can sing, but I mean,
okay, that's all right.
I don't know. So I don't know where it came from. If it came from a distant relative, I don't know.
All right.
But they like to
because both you and your brother got it. So
yes, we did. Someone in the family. My mom said she sang a little bit when she was in like school choir, but I mean, I don't know about that.
All right, okay, good.
Well, I did want to go back to because you were separated from your mother and brother for almost a year. You lived with just your father, which must have been just a big change. It
was a drastic change. Like I say, my mother and I were very, very close. She was my best friend.
How
still
old
is.
Were you then?
I was like 5-ish. So like I said, it's another time where it was like kind of distant memory, but it's her own testimony, it's her own situation. But for me, I just remember there's 2 things I remember. It's like I would lay with my aunt and she would just rock me in the chair, and I'd be like, Mom, Aunt, how come I can't see my brother? How come I can't see my mom? And that's the only thing I remember. I was like crying, like tears. That's one thing that sticks vividly. Just why can't I go see him? And then another time, just questioning, why can't I be with my mom? Why can't I be with my brother? And all things like that. So it was a tough time. But like I like to say that nothing is given to me that I can't handle. And all these obstacles that we face in life, whatever it may be, whether it's family, financially, whatever it may be, it builds character. So that's how I like to look at things. All right,
that's good. So there must have been a reason for that. We won't go there, but God gave you the grace to get through. You were still in Seattle, though, right?
Yeah, I was still in Seattle. So during the time I was living with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My old man.
Well, again, that kind of was preparing you. I believe God gives you situations to prepare you for the future, because you had a lot of transitions. But before we get to the transitions, I wanted to touch on, in second grade you sang your first Beyonce song, your first talent show.
I bet Beyonce's thinking, oh my God, I'm getting older and she's young to me. But
and this began your love for performing. Tell us what that experience was like, singing Listen by Beyonce.
I was singing Listen by Beyonce. It was from the movie Dreamgirls.
Oh yeah.
I still to this day I am a Beyonce fan, fanatic.
Gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
She gets on my last nerve. She's too cute.
I was like, why? But she's a great performer, a great person overall.
Yeah.
But my second grade talent show, like I was saying, I kind of grew up around the arts. So my brother was a singer. My mother was in stage management. So I grew up around the theater and seeing the dancing and the singing and the musical. And like I was saying, my dad was a jazz fan. So when I decided music kind of has a special place for me, when I did my second talent show, I was nervous. Like, I remember this so clearly. It's crazy. I was nervous, and the girls backstage were like, oh, your hair looks so pretty. I was like, oh, thank you. But deep down inside, I was just I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting to go on stage. I'm nervous. What if I mess up? What if I do this? What if I don't know. I was so nervous. But when I got on the stage, I remember this. When I got on the stage, I looked at no one else except for my family. They were in the very front row, my mom, dad, and my brother. And I refused to look at anyone else but them.
That's good.
But by the time, towards the end of the song, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I'm getting into it. And I'm like, wait, the song is over, so I have to get off stage? So from there, I was like, oh, I like this. It has a refreshing, rejuvenating feeling when on stage for me. So
well, and that's hard competing with other kids.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of pressure.
The music industry, is so many talented people out here, and especially in LA, because like I said, this is where everyone comes for the music. But I just have to trust that what's for me is what's for me. That's
right.
That's what I told my sons, because my oldest son was in acting. Now he's a therapist, but I told him, be the best you can and shine. Because if I have a cough drop, but if you're in this business and you're intimidated by beautiful, talented people, get out.
You're in the wrong business.
But you know what? No one can take your place. No one can be you. There's only one Beyonce. There's only one you. And so there's room for many stars, all the stars up there. We can all shine. So good for you. You learned early. So did you win that? You were second grade, right?
It was second grade, so it wasn't really like a he wins or she wins type of thing.
Oh, that's good.
It was just like everyone showcased their talent. So, I had a great time, and I was like, this is for me. I like this.
Good. You want to sing a little of a Beyonce
song? Beyonce? Oh my gosh.
Girl.
Listen. I could sing something else. You want me to sing something else? I can sing that.
She called you out.
I can sing.
You don't mind.
I don't mind singing.
As a kid singing, you know what? I was raised a singer. I could not stand singing. I still can't, but I do it. You know. But you just got up there and sang the whole thing.
I was like, oh, you want me to sing? Okay.
I love it. That's what you got to have. So go ahead. You don't mind.
I'll sing. Okay. Yeah. I'll sing "Crazy" by CeeLo Green.
Okay.
So I haven't done listening in like a long time.
Look at her. She's crazy. Her whole face lights up. I love it.
All right. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. When you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Well, does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Go ahead, girl. Whoa! That's beautiful. I didn't know CeeLo did that.
Yeah, that was CeeLo.
I didn't know it was CeeLo. I love
that.
Was I didn't know that was him. Okay, well, thank you.
I'm a big CeeLo fan. I'm a big CeeLo fan.
He's good.
Yes, super talented.
He's an old soul.
You did that very well.
Thank you.
Going back to your testimony, that was a great segue.
Thank you.
Because in 2009, you did decide to come out here and move to Cali and to pursue your career in the entertainment industry.
Right.
But it came with a sacrifice. You left your father, who still lives in Seattle, your friends at school, and you had to start midway through the 8th grade semester, and you got homeschooled.
Yeah.
Tell us what that transition was like.
It was a very tough transition for me. I came out here with my mother and my brother, and that was just it, me and my mom and my brother. There was no aunts, no cousins, no distant relatives, just the three of us.
And it's a different feel.
It's a different,
from Washington.
California is very, very, very different from Washington. It's a whole nother beast. But going back to leaving, when I left Seattle, I didn't get to see my dad for maybe a year and a half to 2 years. So it was a drastic change for me, because a year prior I saw him every day, 5th grade year, every day. It was just us. But that changed. It was a family situation, so I didn't get to see him for a year and a half to 2 years. I would cry to my mom, I miss my dad, but now I see him every other, like winter breaks, spring breaks. I just came back from Seattle visiting family for the 4th of July.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And so I see him often. I talk to him often. Hopefully he's calling in today, because I said, Dad, call in.
He might have called in. I didn't take any calls right now because I wanted to continue your testimony, but hopefully if you're calling, call back. We'll pick up the line in about 10-15 minutes.
So he's obviously a supporter.
He is a supporter.
Both you and your brother.
Yes. He supports the music. He supports acting. But he is very, very into education.
Good for him.
So, which I don't blame him. So he said, Jazz, you're gonna do the music. That's where you want to be. But you're going to college and you're getting your degree. So
good.
I thank him for that support. But going back to the testimony, so I left Seattle, came out here, and I didn't get to see my dad for a while. So that was one thing. But when I went into school, I went to Milliken Middle School, which was just a performing arts school. And I decided to take my craft more seriously. Like, the way I looked at it is I need to be working on it every day, everything like that. But I still need to get my education. So I asked my mom, can I be homeschooled? And so she let me be homeschooled. But with homeschooling, you kind of leave your friends that you had in middle school. You're kind of, especially in this industry, you're kind of like school and work, school and work, school and work. And it was a sacrifice I had to make, where I couldn't go out with friends, or I missed prom, or I missed homecoming. And so I cried to my mom about that, but she just said, Jazz, you'll get your prom, you'll get your homecoming, you'll get to get all dressed up. So it was just a sacrifice I had to make, and it still kind of hurts just a little bit, but I'm growing, so it was worth it.
Was there a reason why you couldn't go with the Milliken? You said was a
middle school,
but you're talking about high school.
High school year. I was homeschooled all throughout high school. I thankfully, with homeschooling, that's one of the benefits, was that I was able to get it done a whole year early. So,
did you encounter jealousy with the other girls?
I mean,
and a little bit of bullying, because you are very pretty and very outgoing.
Thank you.
We've had some other guests on who have experienced that. So did you have a little bit of that?
There wasn't so much bullying for me. But there was situations where girls that I thought were my friends and that had my best interests in mind and wanted me to win and whatever, they did kind of turn as I began to grow. And there's nothing I can really do about that, but I just pray for them and just distance myself from them.
That's still painful, isn't it?
Yeah, it still is, because a lot of these people I thought were like my best friends. We'd be like moving in together when we turned 18, like everything. We had plans, but there's nothing I can really do. I have my mom, who's like still my best friend, and yeah.
Well, I think that's important, because we have other young people, I'm sure, that watch our show and want to know how you dealt with it.
Yeah, it was a tough experience. So like I said, I just did homeschooling, one for the music, but also because these schools out in LA are kind of crazy, the public schools. So I wanted to make sure I got a proper education that I needed, that I could be focused on my schoolwork and not worried about he say, she say stuff that happened on Instagram.
That's true. That's true.
It was a good choice for me.
But it's amazing, because we were talking about that earlier, not having our kids, you know, and having to go through this transitional phase, but God has always been working with you on something, because in 2011 you joined the multicultural group, R&B pop girl group called Gifted Nation.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes.
Talk about that.
Gifted Nations was such a fun time. It was 3 girls. One was African American, me, Caucasian, and Hispanic. So what our whole mission, our whole brand was multicultural. There doesn't matter your skin tone, it doesn't matter your height, your weight, none of that. It doesn't matter. We can all come together and make great music, but we also wanted to be a role model for young girls, share positive, so there weren't any inappropriate language or anything. That we wanted to keep it age appropriate for us, and we knew that a lot of young girls were looking at us, like 8-year-olds and 10 years old, so we wanted to make sure our brand was clean and positive, because those girls would end up growing with us, and we wanted to be a great example for those younger girls.
Did you guys travel, go to schools, or what did you do?
We did do some school shows. So those are, I think that was the best time, was when we go to those middle schools and those elementary schools, and those girls are just like, oh my gosh, are you real? We're like, yeah, we're real. But we went to schools, we spoke at some schools, it was just a great time. We were able to speak in Vegas about bullying, and it was just an overall great time with those girls.
So you just had kind of like any topic, just like for young people going to school, staying in school?
Our topic, we were really passionate about anti-bullying, because at the time bullying was very, and even now it was an epidemic. So we usually spoke out about bullying and how we should all just love one another. There's no need for the hatred. There's no need for all the extra drama. Just
especially with all the social media outlets that are out now.
Yes.
You can hide behind it so easily, and you can say what you want.
They do some really mean stuff. I don't keep up with it really, but they can get very mean, huh?
Yep.
Social media has opened up a whole new way of communicating and connecting. So now it's not just bullying physical or face to face. It's bullying social. So bullying over social media and saying this person said this and or taking this picture and taking a picture and posting rude comments and things like that. But I mean, it honestly really needs to stop, because I honestly don't see the point.
Well, who managed you guys? I mean, maybe you have that question down there.
I don't.
Well, my mother actually managed us.
She found you guys auditioned. How did you guys?
Now, what the situation was, we went through 8 girls with this girl group, 8 different girls, and I was the only original, but we wanted to make sure, one, the connection was right, and to be in this industry, it takes a lot of work. You have to be able to stay dedicated, stay focused, and you have to sacrifice. So, I mean, hands down, you're going to have to make some sacrifice if you want to go far in this business. So, I met one of the girls at a video shoot, and we became really good friends, and we talked and everything like that. It was a 2-day video shoot, and we talked, and then I was like, hey, we need another girl for our group. And then so that's how she came aboard. And then my mother met the other girl she met her parents at a coffee shop.
Oh, wow.
And they were over talking about how their daughter sings, and and then from there we reached out, and then we connected.
So this was your concept?
Yeah, it was my mother and I's concept.
Oh, okay, because I thought maybe it was like they have the Continental Singers or something that you had auditioned for, but this was your concept.
Yes. We wanted to put together a multicultural, positive,
good for
pop
you
teen girl group.
And you need to add some Asian ladies in there.
No, we actually we tried. So, like I said, we went through 8 different girls, and we had the Asian component. So it was Asian, African American, Caucasian, and Hispanic. We wanted to touch on all of the different nationalities. But as time went on, it was kind of hard to get every component. But that was the original idea of our group.
I love that.
And I love that the brand was to change the world one song at a time. I thought that was very positive and inspirational, which makes you so appropriate for this show. But in 2014, you decided to pursue a solo career as a recording artist.
Yes, I did.
Again, another transition from being in a girl pop group and spreading this inspirational music to then say, you know what, I'm gonna go solo and just record and get some on wax. Tell us what that experience was like, because you work with some amazing producers.
Yes. That transition for me was kind of, I wanted to do it. I was like, I want to go solo. I want to do my own thing. But it was also very, very nerve-wracking for me, because it's going from being the only person, from being 3 girls on stage to being one person
by yourself
on stage. So it took me some time to get into the groove of it, but I did. I was able to work with a phenomenal team called New Wave. They're out of New York. Remo the Hitmaker, he produced a few of my records.
And how did you find? Did you the word of mouth? Did you contact these people?
When I went solo, I had a a backing called Roundtable Productions, so they backed me financially. So they paid and flew for Remo New Wave Music to come out from New York, and music and video shoots. So I had a backing behind me, but yeah, Roundtable Productions, New Wave Music, Remo the Hitmaker. He worked with French Montana, Taybell. Just everyone in my team musically have been great. Kevin Randolph. I just had Lanaya Heron, Holloway Productions. Just everyone in my team. I am extremely grateful for them. And without the music, I couldn't be here. I couldn't be performing.
It is a team.
Yeah, it's a team effort to build an artist, and management, my mother, and everyone, family and friends who honestly generally support me and my dream. I can't thank them enough.
So since 2014, you've been on your own.
I've been on my own.
Okay. What's that like?
I've recorded about 14 songs now.
Okay.
And I released a music video called Bout That that's now on YouTube and iTunes.
It's called what?
It's called Bout That.
About That.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's out now. Hopefully soon I will be releasing another single and another music video. And
do you upload it to YouTube?
Yes. Bout That is on YouTube.
That's what they all do, right?
Yes.
That's how you get going.
Yes, a full music video is on YouTube. I shot that music video. It was an amazing time. It was a one day. At the end of the shoot, it was just like, this is fun. Yeah. So just an amazing. I really enjoy what I do. I truly enjoy being an artist and being able to sit down with you guys and tell my story and tell my love for music and be a role model for young girls and tell them to chase their dreams. If you want to be a philanthropist, if you want to be a veterinarian, you can do it. You just don't have to be a singer.
Well,
do what you got to do.
I think we got a call now. I was going to ask you something else, but I think not yet. Go ahead, baby.
I'm a little off key right now. I'm getting a little thrown off. But I wanted to talk about, because all these accolades, again, you graduated high school early with honors. All this was in preparation for you having this heart to give back.
Right.
Because you're not only a performer and an artist and an entertainer, but you like to give back of your time, which I thought was very special, because you are going to be doing a live performance today.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a commercial break in a little bit. And you are doing a performance. Tell us about that song. What are you going to be performing for us today?
Well, today I'm going to be performing one of my new singles, La Di Da, and I am also going to be performing my single Bout That. And both of those songs are really just about enjoying life and letting all the worries go and just enjoy your time.
That's good.
It's a fun, upbeat song.
Well, that's important. Now, before we go to commercial, you said your father was interested in education. So besides the singing, what else would you major in college? Or
well, I will be attending Santa Monica College in the fall. Okay. And my goal is to transfer to USC, but that's another conversation with my mother, because she wants me to go.
Is she UCLA?
She's UCLA. And I'm trying to convince her that USC is way better than UCLA. But that's another topic. But I am majoring in business, so I want to be a businesswoman. I want to have my own business.
You know what? That's very important.
And I gotta ask, what stirred that up?
Yeah.
Being a
business
performer.
Oh.
Yeah, yes.
Not to
being
get
a performer, being an artist, they tend to be more artsy, but to also want to have that foundation in business.
Yeah, there's so many artists in the past and even right now that don't really know the business side of it.
Got that right.
You can easily be, my dad likes to call it bamboozled or tricked or something like that. And so I watch my mom as she handles my business with, you have a meeting this time, make sure everything's right. And I want to be able to have my own business and take care of my own stuff. And know where your money is. And know where my money is and how to talk to people to make sure I get the right everything right. So
you're another young lady that we've had on here. This is awesome. We've had so many young people who have come in who have their own brand. They are promoting their own book, but like you said, they're giving back. This is very inspirational for me, because we hear so much negative stuff about young people. I know we have a show for this, but isn't it encouraging to you?
It really is, especially for having my daughter who's 17.
Right.
And to hear people like yourself at such a young age give back so wholeheartedly.
Right.
It's an amazing thing, because I think the youth do have a negative stigma to them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're young, you must be acting out, you must be always on social media,
yeah,
bullying.
You
hear about. But there's people like yourselves are out there really giving back.
Right, wanting to change the world.
Well, maybe after she sings, she can tell us why you want to give back. And
that is in the script agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joy in My House. When we come back, Jazz is going to perform live her new song, You're Not Going to Want to Miss. This is Joy in My House. I want you to stay tuned. We're going to come right back.
Hi, this is TJ, inviting you to join us every Sunday at 2 p.m. for Veterans Day Live. Join us as we provide info that would help all military personnel. So don't forget to tune in to Veterans Day Live every Sunday at 2 p.m. That's every Sunday at 2 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio, or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Chef D Nice of Catering by D Nice, and I'm inviting you to join us each and every Sunday at 2 p.m. for the Veterans Day live radio show. Join us as we provide info that will help all military personnel. So don't forget to tune in to Veterans Day Live every Sunday at 2 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is John McClure Jr., a.k.a. Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on gospelrhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories, men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to gospelrhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heaven's party here on earth. So live life, love God.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to The Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Join My House, inspirational reality radio show with a touch of recovery. A reality radio show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who shares.
I'm joined here by Lolita Robinson, a recording artist.
Good.
And our in-studio guest, Jazz. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, hey.
Well, you know, we've been getting a lot of calls, so we're going to see if we have a caller coming in, if we'd like to accept. This is Join My House. This is Joelle. Welcome to Join My House. How are you doing today?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Why don't you tell us your name and where you're calling from?
Hello. Okay, well,
That's right.
hi.
Well, today we're having a live performance here on Join My House by Jazz, ladies and gentlemen. Jazz, what song are you going to be performing right now?
Well, the first song I'm going to be performing is my single Lolita. And then after that, I'm going to do my other single About That.
Here we go. This is Join My House, Lolita.
It's one record. One song.
Oh, okay.
walking with a fire. Tonight I really don't care. Taking a bunch of flicks, turning up with my chicks, stepping out to the mix with my hands in the air while they all stop and stare. Yeah. I'm a diamond in the rough now. You can look, but don't you touch now, baby. It's about to go down. Because money on my mind, and I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. La-di-da-di, la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di-da. Money on my mind, and I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. I came to dance. I ain't worried about your man. I know he's looking here, but don't you worry, dear. I'm sure that it's clear. I'm throwing up my hands. I ain't worried about romance. Na 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 na. Yeah. I'm a diamond in the rough now. You can look, but don't you touch now, baby. It's about to go down. Because money on my mind, but I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. La-di-da-di, la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di-da. Money on my mind, but I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. See you. Hey. See you. Yeah. You can see you. Hey, see you. If you wanna, yeah. Hey, I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. La-di-da-di, la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di-da. Money on my mind, and I'm on a mission. You will never find any competition. I'm one of a kind, limited edition. La-di-da-di, la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di-da. Hey, hey. See you. Oh, if you wanna, you can see you. Hey, hey. See you. Hey. If you wanna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We can keep the record playing. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, cool.
And that was Jazz, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful.
That was Jazz on Joy in My House. Well, amazing energy, I gotta say.
Thank you.
Amazing energy. Now, that was produced by Hallway Productions.
Yes.
And it was written by, who written?
It was written by Lanaya Heron. She is an 18-year-old phenomenal young woman who is God-based. She loves God. And she's signed to Esther Dean. So I have a great team around me doing my music.
I love that song. I'm not worried about your man. That cracked me up.
Thank you.
I'm here to do business. You know?
Yeah, I ain't worried about all that.
That's a good song. Really good.
Thank you.
Well, I did want to touch on what you're doing now. You know, we talk about your accolades, what you've done, talk about your family of origin, where you come from, and that foundation that God built. Because now you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and now you're going into acting and modeling.
Yes.
Tell us what that experience is like now that you're going to well, first acting and modeling, and then we're gonna talk about your audition.
Yes, I actually started off acting, and then I decided, let's make a turn. But now I'm kind of going back to my roots of acting and modeling. And right now, I'm, like I told you guys prior, I'm with Pretty Girl Retreat, so I do my fashion shows and everything for the young girls. And I'm also signed to TMJ Modeling Agency. So I'm going to work. I'm getting into the films and televisions and modeling, and I'm very, very, very excited to venture outside of my music.
Are you doing like runway modeling or more pictorial?
I am doing both print and runway. Good. So I honestly love it. The fast-paced of fashion shows and dressing and everything like that. I am in love with it all.
What, did you study acting too?
I did. Like I was saying prior, I studied acting. So back in Seattle, I went to Seattle Children's Theater and a few smaller classes back in Seattle. But when I came out here, I worked with great acting coaches such as Dustin Felder. I'm getting ready to start an acting class again with Richard Lawson. So I'm very, very excited for my future in acting and modeling.
Well, what I like about what you're doing is you got to let people know that you just don't walk in there. You have the looks and the talent, but you're getting the education.
Yes, education,
so that you can put yourself amongst the competition, but you are really honing your gifts.
Yes, like I was saying, education is very, very important and key in this world, and I am grateful for the foundation that my parents instilled in me at such a young age, that education is powerful. So knowledge is powerful. So when I was younger, they had me doing flashcards, and I'd be like, Mom, how do you spell this, that, and that? And she'd be like, well, you need to sound it out, because I'm not just going to tell you. Right. But and she still does it today. I was like, Mom, how do you spell it? She's like, well, sound it out. Right. But I love them for that. They always tell me that education is great. I graduated high school a year early in National Honor Society.
But even in the business too, though.
Yeah. Education. You have to know how to count your money. You know how to have to know how to talk to people with articulately, and education is powerful.
That's great.
Well, having had the opportunity to speak to you and create a rapport before you come on the show, as we were talking, you were on your way to an audition to something that looked very promising for a sitcom that's already been picked up. It already has a network. Yes. Tell us what that experience was like.
That audition was a last minute audition. Not last minute. It was like they told, you have a week to prepare for this audition, and And mind you, I haven't been on an audition in a while since then, or took acting classes. So I was like, okay, but preparing, I was like, I got this. Acting's in my blood. I'm a character myself. When you see me at home, it's a whole nother ball game. But preparing, it was an audition for upcoming television show called Snowfall, written and directed by Oscar-nominated writer and director John Singleton. He is he did Baby Boy and Boys in the Hood, and so just the opportunity to be up there and auditioning in front of him and the producers of the show and FX was just a blessing in its own. So I look at that situation as just a little trampoline for me to bounce off and continue in my acting world. But it was an amazing audition to prepare. I sat and watched Baby Boy.
What part were you preparing for?
It was an audition. It was for a young woman by the name of Melody. It was set in 1982 in, I believe it was East Los Angeles or West Los Angeles, something like that. And so she was kind of in the hood, quote unquote. So she had long hair, colorful nails. So to prepare, I had to go in as that character and be ready. So I had my hair braided, I had my nails bright lime green, my shoelaces bright lime green, big 80s earrings. So you know how they used to have it in the 80s, the earrings and the gold chains and the rings. So even just preparing for that audition was fun, just shopping around with my mom and looking at videos and photos of the 1980s. So it was overall just a really good experience.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we have a lot of young audience and viewers listening in and tuning in. What would you just say to somebody who's out there right now going through some of the same challenges and struggles that you went through and are interested in pursuing a career here in the entertainment industry? What would you say to those youth right now?
Honestly, there's a few things I would say, but to sum it up, you have to have faith. You really do have to have faith, and you have to trust that what God has for you is for you. And so things may look tough. Things will look tough, and some days, even for myself, some days you just won't want to do it anymore. You're like, there's so many other people. There's so many. I'm not good enough. Things go like that. And I talk to my mom about this all the time. She's my supporting. But there's gonna be days you're just gonna want to be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't know. But you really just have to have faith and trust that God gave you this gift. God gave me the gift to sing. He gave me the gift to act. He gave me the gift to dance, model, everything. He gave me these gifts, and it's my job to share His light, to share His word with these gifts. I can't go up on a pulpit and pastor. That just wasn't me. But He gave me the gift of acting and the entertainment, so it's my job to do that. So keep God first. You have to sacrifice and just have faith.
Well, do you have a support network of church where you're fellowshipping now, or?
I honestly don't have a church right now. We're still looking for a home. My mother and I, we are very specific on where we call our church home. We just don't want to go to the nearest church that has all the celebrities at it, or the church that has thousands of attendees. So we want to make sure
you feel like home.
It's at home, right? So we visit a few church, but honestly, I believe that church, you don't have to go to a big extravagant church to have church. My mother and I, we pray every night together. She has me read my Bible. She has me write out what I read and kind of fully understand it. So we have our own little church at home.
Okay, all right, that's good.
Yes.
Don't lose that faith. And you're please, no.
Well, I do want to give you an opportunity to give some plugs regarding your Instagram, Twitter. Where can people go and follow you?
So I am a teenager, so I am all over Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everything like that. So my Instagram is I am Queen Jazz with 1 Z. My Twitter is I am Queen Jazz with 1 Z. My YouTube is I am Queen Jazz with 1 Z. My Facebook is Jazz Graham with 1 Z, and Graham, Graham, and Vine, I am on Vine, is I am Queen Jazz with 1 Z. So yeah.
So
well, I do want to also talk about some up and coming events that you have before we go, because the show is getting ready to close. Saturday, August 22nd from 11 to 5 p.m. you're going to be in Pasadena, which is you're partnered up with Pretty Girl Retreat Events. It's an encouraging organization for self-acceptance and to bring confidence to every girl. What's going to take place there, because you're performing and modeling that day?
I am performing, I am modeling. It's going to be a fun event. It's an event for the whole family. There's food, there's entertainment. Just a time to have a
where is it?
It's in Pasadena College. Pasadena.
College. Okay.
And so it's in Pasadena, sorry, not college, just Pasadena.
Okay.
And so I will make sure I post all the links and flyers. The flyer is actually on my Instagram, I believe, right now. Okay. But I will be posting all that information. So I really want everyone to come out and just have a good time with me and dance and sing and all that good stuff.
And you have one more event, September 7th. Tell us about that.
That is, I believe it's in Vallejo, California, with Bow Wow and Karuchi. They're co-hosting, and Bow Wow's performing. Now, here's a little fact right now. When I was younger, I was obsessed with Bow Wow.
Okay.
Like, he was like my man.
He feels old too now. You're talking
He was my man crush Monday for like forever, before Man Crush Monday even existed. But I am pretty excited for that event, just to meet him. And then the group History in the Making will also be there with RCA and my brothers, and my brother. He's like my brother. He's in the group, Dylan Allen. And so it's just going to be a really great event. It's a free event, so come out once again. Flyer will be on my Instagram, so make sure you go to those Instagrams and links and everything, because all you need to know will be on there.
Well, you talk about giving back, and so when you're giving back, you're talking about to the community, to other youth, or are these charity events you're doing?
These events right here is, I believe, the first one is charity, so it's for young girls. But when I give back, I like to give back to the community. So I feed the homeless. That's one that has a special place for me, in feeding the homeless and taking care of the homeless. Talking to young girls about empowering themselves and love every piece of them that they have, and just everyone that I can uplift and motivate. Doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what your nationality is. It's just my job to spread love.
All right, I love it. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Well, I did want to touch on this before we go, because you are interested in producing your own music video for the song you just performed. Where can people go and support financially for this amazing video that you're interested in producing?
I do have a GoFundMe account. It's www.gofundme.com/I am Queen Jazz. We're raising money to shoot this new music video for the song I just performed. It's going to be great. I want to have my own input on this music video. It's going to be my creative ideas and juices, everything in it. But besides that, I am also working on a play. I am writing a play of my own. It's going to be about my family, but it's gonna have a little twist about my crazy family. But it's just I really want it to be a play for everyone, for the young girls that are going through the same drama that I go through at 17 years old in 2015, for the moms that are raising a 17-year-old daughter, which I know that can be a struggle. Sorry, mama. And for the dads that are raising a 17-year-old daughter. So a play for the whole family, where they can all walk away happy. They can walk away like they gained something from the play itself.
Wow.
All right.
Well, the show is coming to a close. We like to ask this of all of our guests. The name of the show is Joy in My House. It's one of Lolita's single off her first CD. The joy that we have in the midst of our challenges, or in the midst of our struggles, also in the midst of our successes and praise. What does Joy in My House mean to you in today's day and age, Jazz?
It just means to me having peace with oneself. This is my house. This is my temple. This is my zone. So we're going to face challenges no matter what. We're going to face them. So it's just really just at the end of the day, inhaling, exhaling, and saying, I'm still alive. I still have a roof over my head. I still have clothes on my back. I still have a family that supports and loves me no matter what. So just having joy and peace and just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's what it's me.
That's great. Very well said.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, Jazz, you're going to close out the show by performing your music. Your next song is going to be About That, which produced by Remo the Hitmaker and written by Tay Bell.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joy in My House. This is Jazz.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And her live performance.
Let's do it.
Hey.
About that. Here we go, yeah.
Now listen here, Jazz.
So this is Remo right here, guys. So we're just going to rock out, have some fun, yeah?
But you can still turn up, though.
Turn up.
Flicks.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. When I hit the scene, boy, what you gon' do? I'ma let you know that I'm about that. You stopping me? No, I doubt that. How about that? Pull up and hop out that. Y'all know I'm bringing that bounce back. Got them from head to toe. They like yes. Getting jazzy on them. They like jazz. I'ma let you know that I'm about that. 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 Hold up, what you think this is? Only 17, but I handle my business. Oh I, you know I won't show up, but I'm gonna show up. Go get yours, tell me what you're waiting for. Can't complain if that's what you're asking for. You know I'm bout it. You can bet your bottom dollar I got it under control, boy. Hey, I'ma let you know that I'm bout that. I'ma let you know that I'm bout that. I'ma let you know that I'm bout that. I'ma let you know that I'm about 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 that. You know, you ain't gotta hear me say it. Every time this record's playing, you bout it. Oh, you bout it, baby. You know, you ain't gotta hear me say it. Every time this record's playing, you bout it. Oh, you bout it, baby. Hey, I'ma let you know that I'm about that. 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 Yeah. One more time, y'all. Hey. I'ma let you know that I'm about that. 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 Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jazz Graham on Joy in My House. I want you to join us live every Sunday here at noon. And next week we have Kiki Shepard, the longtime co-host of It's Showtime at the Apollo here on Joy in My House. I want you to catch us live every Sunday here at noon. This is Joy in My House. You guys have a blessed day.
Bye.
I'm sitting here watching my favorite show. I've been there a million times before, still chasing the American dream. You know exactly what I mean. I did it all wrong, now I know what I must do to carry on. I did it all wrong, now I know are there. How could I